Addington returned yet?
I'm sorry, madam, but he hasn't. Forgive me, madam, I stand corrected. Yes, madam. Sir, your wife would like you to know that you have exactly a minute and a half to dress in formal attire.
Governor Cranbourne call?
No, sir.
Well, if he does, put him right through.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, darling.
Oh, it's all right. I told you we had to be there an hour earlier, hoping it would make you close to being on time.
How close am I?
An hour late.
God! All right, I'm coming. Oh, thank you, Bennett. Governor, glad you called. Yes, I wanted to talk to you about those building variances. Oh, thank you, darling. Not you, Governor. Yes, well, not only is this venture going to give 2,000 people employment, it's going to go a long way to rectify the balance of payments. Sorry, Governor. No, what I'm going to do is I'll send some papers over that we were working on for a similar venture in France. Yeah, well, you take a look at them and call me back. Right? Okay, Governor. You are terrible. You're terrible. Anyone call?
Yes, Suzanne called.
Oh, yeah? How is she?
Well, school's going fine, but she broke up with her boyfriend.
Which one, Ella?
Philippe. So now she's burying herself in her books and her computers.
Yeah, well, I should give her a call.
Yes, you should. It's been over a week.
Yes, but, you know, I'm going to be seeing her anyway, and we're going to be together on our holidays.
Somewhere new, I hope. Somewhere where the Addington Group has no subsidiaries and there are no phones.
Am I that bad?
Yes. Thank you, Bennett. I wouldn't trade you for the world. Monsieur Addington? No, he's not here. Oui. He's with Madame. No. He will not be back. Oui. You may call him tomorrow. Merci.
You're naughty. You're bad.
Always thought that's why you married me.
We'll see ourselves out, Bennett.
Shall I have your calls transferred to the car, sir?
No, thank you, Bennett.
Just tell anyone who calls that Mr. Addington has a date with an angel.
What about Christmas on Easter Island?
Sounds divine.
We don't own it, do we?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't think so.
Changed a bit, Bernie. You've been an old woman since you were 15.
Oh, calm down, Alex. You'll have a cardiac arrest on top of everything else.
What the hell is this?
I realized the stairs could be an obstacle, so I took the liberty of setting up a temporary sick room down here, sir.
Well, get the damn thing out of of here, Bennett, for God's sake, and bring me whoever's in charge of this investigation.
Listen, Alex, I must caution you. Any sudden movement can open that wound. You must remain immobile.
There you go again, Bernie. It's only a superficial knee wound, for heaven's sake. Bennett!
Nevertheless, there can be lasting complications. Listen, have this prescription filled, and if you see any change in his condition, let me know right away. I mean, he won't tell me himself. Have a nice day, Alex.
Goodbye.
How's Suzanne doing, sir?
Well, as you might expect. She's on the Concorde as we speak. It was quicker than sending for JJ.
Mr. Addington.
Yes. Well, come in.
Lieutenant Samuelson, I'm supervising this investigation.
What progress have you made?
Well, all of the exit ports in Canada and the United States have been alerted. Your wife's picture has been circulated. All the relevant authorities have been notified. A command post has been set up. 30 extra police officers have been requisitioned.
Oh, yeah, but what about my wife?
There's been no word, sir.
Then you haven't made any damn progress at all.
Sir, the kidnappers will try to contact you. Everything has been tapped and will be recorded. Whatever their demands, it is essential, sir, that you stall for time. If they want the ransom in 12 hours, you must tell them it'll take 24.
Look, I don't care what they want. If they want 10 minutes, they'll have it.
That would be very unwise, sir. Giving in too readily will only make them distrustful.
Who the hell are you?
I could ask, who the hell are you that you can get me pulled off an important case at 10 hours' notice? Peter Sinclair.
Alexander Addington. I called your Home Secretary. He said you were one of the best hostage experts in the world.
We can handle this case, Mr. Sinclair.
And you get me my wife.
I think you better brief me outside.
You want to be kept informed?
Yes, sir. You can rest assured that I'm here strictly in an advisory capacity.
You can bet your bottom dollar.
You know, there aren't many people who can make Scotland Yard jump through hoops.
Well, when you're as rich as he is, you can make lots of people do lots of things. When the ransom demand comes in, we're talking truckloads of money.
That's what they're after. Who knew the Addingtons were attending the ambassador's function?
Oh, the caterers, the guests, the embassy staff. Oh, and anybody with the price of a newspaper.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll get that done right away. Yeah.
He's in the study.
Yeah, that's taken care of, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell him he's got 15 minutes to give me that information. 10 minutes.
What about the attack vehicle?
A new black Jaguar XJ6.
How do you know it was new?
Mr. Addington recognized the model. Apparently he was considering buying one. 831 were sold throughout Canada last year. 332 of those were black.
I assume the plates were phony.
I didn't get those.
Oil, tire tracks, anything else at the scene?
Those are the pictures. The car did go off the road. That's all we got. Front tires, left and right.
Okay. Well, how many of those 332 black Jags were sold last week?
Why?
Come on, these are new tires.
Well, you could have put on your tires.
That's highly unlikely. You've established it's this year's model. I mean, how many people retire their cars within the first 6 months?
You could access the database of the head office.
You haven't met my daughter, Suzanne, have you? She's studying computer technology at the Sorbonne.
It might help.
Thank you. You know, she's right. The sales and service records will tell us exactly which cars were bought where. It would also help us to locate those cars that were purchased out of town and then subsequently shipped into Toronto.
Get on it.
Lieutenant Samuelson, this table once belonged to Ulysses S. Grant. May I caution you to treat it with extreme care and utilize the coasters provided for you. Sugar? Addington residence.
Get me Addington.
Alexander Addington. I want to speak to my wife.
Alexander.
My wife?
You all right?
Son!
Chantal?
If you want to see your wife alive again, listen carefully and write this down.
Yes, I'm listening.
2000 AK-47s, M16s, 1000 M60s and SAM-6s, 500 tow-wire guided missiles, 100 mobile Katusha units, and 2,000 pounds of Semtech. You have until Thursday to deliver them. You will have the merchandise parachuted into 7 locations in the Angolan jungle. And Mr. Addington, if you ever want to see your wife again alive, do not speak to anyone.
Yes, I understand.
How much do they want?
It's not money they want. They want weapons. I want them parachuted into several locations in the jungles of Angola.
They've ordered enough artillery to start a bloody war.
Yeah. And win it.
They did what? They taped 2 public phone receivers together to make a relay. We can't possibly trace their origin.
Okay. Let's get this tape over to this guy here at Interpol. Have him do a digital voice match and then check the ambient background.
Do it. I want that phone booth covered. Anybody's been within a mile of it, I want to know about it.
Sir, can you deliver what they want?
Yes.
Then, if I may suggest, we should set the wheels in motion. We must make them believe that we intend to deliver. That way, we can at least buy a little time.
What do you know about Angola?
Unfortunate nation. Totally dominated by a little barbarian called Joseph Sala. He's intent on ruling the entire region. The only thing that's held him in check is the United Nations arms embargo.
You think the kidnappers might be some rebel group trying to overthrow him?
It's highly unlikely. I mean, Sala's had all his opposition killed.
No, it's much more likely that they're on Salah's payroll.
Government-sanctioned terrorism with my wife as a pawn. Why? What's the point?
Sir, there are very few people better able to deliver than you are, and those that are far better protected.
Yes, but Salah can buy all this stuff on the black market.
But delivered as ransom, it comes at a fraction of the price.
Okay, look, they'll be calling back on Thursday to give us the drop points. And when they do, we'll make that trace.
When they do. We're supposed to wait until then. Look here, I want action, and I don't mean tracing phone calls. I mean action.
What the hell does he expect us to do?
Lieutenant, I think that's pretty obvious.
It's one of my favorites.
What a wonderful sense of light at Gainsborough. A real feeling of optimism. If you don't mind me saying so, sir, I think sleep would be the best thing for you right now.
Well, I've got the rest of my life to sleep. Anything new?
No. No, I'm afraid not. We're in a waiting game.
You will forgive me, Sinclair, if I find it a little unusual to be discussing Gainsborough with a cop.
Well, I grant you that police work isn't exactly the family business. And while my father is delighted that I'm my own man, he's a little less enthusiastic about the path I chose. But you know, I've always been passionate about seeing the bad guys getting their due.
Passion still there?
Oh, yes. I'm just getting a little tired of doing it with my hands tied behind my back.
I took your advice. The minute I give the word, those weapons should be airborne.
You do realize that even then, there's no guarantee that your wife will be returned unharmed. And if she is, at what price? You'll have your wife back. But will you ever really be able to look her in the eyes without seeing the cost?
I just want to have a chance to look her in the eyes again, Mr. Sinclair.
And Suzanne, sir? How's she?
She's strong. She's her mother's daughter. You married, Mr. Sinclair?
I was. Another hazard of the job.
It's for you, Mr. Sinclair.
Thank you. Yeah, Sinclair here. Yeah, Jack, what have you got? Are you sure? Yeah, of course I remember those guys. Who could forget? Okay. Yeah, bye.
Your man at Interpol.
I'm afraid it's not good news. The voice match identified Hans Verbein Kruger.
You know him?
Yeah, he was one of the old Bader Meinhofs. When the Germans finally broke the gang, several of them, Kruger included, got away. Since then, they've been hiring themselves out to the highest bidder.
I see. Yeah.
Lieutenant.
Oh, Sinclair, change your watch to local time.
Listen. We've been looking for a new car, but probably not one new enough.
Yeah, what are you getting at?
Well, we've checked every new car bought over the last 6 months, but what about those not yet sold? This car could have been driven straight from a dealer's lot to the scene of the kidnapping.
Yeah, that's possible.
In which case, it's probably back where we least expected, on a dealer's lot.
Okay, I'll get my men to check it out right away. Hey, you get some sleep.
Yeah.
Sinclair! Well, you were right. We found the car at the dealership on Green Street.
Well done.
There's dirt in the front treads, right and left. That's a complete list of the employees. Now, everybody's available for questioning, except for a certain Mr. Hamid Bashir, who called in sick this morning.
She's a salesperson. Only been on the payroll a couple of months. I know it may be a bit coincidental, but can we access their telephone records?
All the extensions have separate billing.
Great.
Oh, and we did find this.
That's Mrs. Addington's.
Jack. What? Are you sure the ambience of Power Station?
Peter,
No, okay, yeah, that'll be very helpful. Thanks, bye. Okay, what have you got?
I've checked all the numbers from his extension. This appears to be the only address Bashir called that wasn't business.
Lieutenant. Yeah. Meadowvale Road. Is that near a power station?
Yeah, northeast of the city.
I think we've got ourselves a location. Okay, come on. We're out of here.
Yeah, I'm going too.
Like hell you are.
Cover that address.
Let's roll. Bennett!
My men are getting into position. I'm a skiddo. Couldn't get through there.
Any activity? Any sign of Mrs. Addington?
Nothing. over there.
This is a damn foolish stunt. What the hell are you doing?
I'm gonna flush them out.
Oh, yeah? Just how do you propose to do that?
Tear gas, for starters.
Are you out of your mind? These guys will have gas masks. The whole works. They're probably better equipped than we are.
Sinclair, let me remind you. You're out of your jurisdiction here.
Lieutenant, you may not like this, but these guys are professionals, and you have to treat them like professionals or you have a bloodbath on your hands.
Thank you very much for your advice, Mr. Sinclair. I will handle this. You are completely surrounded. Release Mrs. Addington and give yourselves up. You have exactly 10 seconds.
Ready? Tear gas only. Fire!
Mr. Addington? Mr. Lockwood is on the phone, sir. He needs your decision on the merger.
I pay him to make the decisions. Tell him I'm not in.
Very well, sir. I'm afraid Mr. Addington is unavailable at the moment, sir. Thank you. By the way, Mr. Sinclair is here, sir.
Oh, send him in. Sometimes I think it would have been easier if they'd found her in the house.
Yes, I quite understand, sir.
I felt so damn helpless in all my life.
My men are almost finished here, Mr. Addington. I'll be leaving now. Call us the minute anything turns up.
What am I supposed to do till then?
We've notified the terrorist sector of every police department in North America. As soon as anything turns up, they'll let us know.
That could be never.
Goodbye, Mr. Addington. We'll be in touch.
I have to be going too.
Oh, no, please stay. For dinner, at least. I mean, this house is going to be so damn lonely without you fellas messing around.
I'm afraid it's impossible, sir. They need me back in London.
I see.
What's for dinner? Thank you very much, madam. Sir, I've had an excellent dinner. We've talked of paintings, business, politics, the world order. But somehow I rather suspect that isn't why you had me stay.
What exactly will the police do next?
Very little.
Of course, I thought so.
Any new leads will have to come to them. They're certainly not going to look for them. Even for you.
But I only have one wife.
Yes, sir, of course, I do understand that.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, I have some ideas, but regrettably my hands are tied. I push the systems to their limits, but I am still ruled by bureaucracy. But anyway, I really do have to get back to London and complete my previous assignment.
What if you took a leave of absence from Scotland Yard and worked on your own?
Well, even if it was possible, I'd be totally ineffectual. I mean, however cumbersome the existing mechanism. I really couldn't compete without the resources, without access to the files, the international networks, even without the manpower. Besides, I'm a police officer, not a private investigator.
Listen to me, Sinclair. I could untie your hands. It could probably be the one chance you'll ever get to do things your way. I'm lucky enough to have resources and connections that a police force can only dream about.
Then what do you need me for?
I think you know the answer to that question.
I know exactly who we need. They're amongst the best. And they both have connections with Kruger. Unfortunately, they're also on the wrong side of the law.
I'll hire them in a minute.
On one condition. I'm not throwing away 17 years of by-the-book police work. When these guys work with me, I draw the lines, or else.
Agreed. Go get them.
But it's not quite that easy. One of them I can simply collect. The other you're going to have to help me persuade.
Mr. Addington, Countess Rosamond, welcome. Please come in. I was very sorry to hear about your wife. The newspaper said there was no trace.
No, I'm afraid not. But life goes on. You know, my daughter, Suzanne, and I are moving to Paris so that she can continue with her studies. I must say, there's nothing like a Picasso to welcome you home.
Bien sûr. And thank you for understanding my need for secrecy.
Oh, good Lord, I understand that completely. A temporary shortage of funds can happen to any of us. Would you care to count it?
No. I'm sure a man of your reputation is beyond reproach.
You know, I must say, I couldn't help it, but my eye went straight for that Da Vinci sketch out in the foyer.
Oh, I'm afraid that has entirely too much sentimental value for me to part with just now.
Having trouble with your car, Countess?
Alexander Addington, meet Nicky Beaumont. Coffee? 2 coffees, please.
Tell me, Miss Beaumont, are you usually in the habit of selling things that don't belong to you?
You're mistaken, monsieur. That painting does belong to me.
Yes, you're telling the truth, sir. It's one of the best forgeries of a Picasso you're ever likely to see.
Now, that's remarkable. I could have sworn it was genuine.
But you never asked.
I think she's got you there, sir.
Well, it appears she has. How does she do it?
Oh, it's very simple. And she's done this many times before. I mean, this time she posed to the Countess Rosamond, who always happens to be in the Caribbean at this time of the year.
That sounds convenient, yeah.
And she broke into the house and hung her fake Picasso in amongst the Countess's genuine masks.
Clever, clever.
Yes, isn't it?
Mr. Addington, I think you rather overpaid for a reproduction. However, I've done nothing illegal.
Oh, yes, you have.
Vicky, you see, you're in possession of $2 million worth of counterfeit Swiss francs.
All right. What do you want from me?
wife? Your wife is here. Come on! I haven't got all day. Come on! Lay down.
Querido, mi esposo, it's been so long. Gracias. Gracias por su bondad. We'll be in a Zodiac at the southwest corner of the prison wall, 3 a.m. Oh, mi esposo. This is too painful for me to see you like this. I must go. Oh.
Come on, man!
15, 14, 13.
Here he comes.
I do hope it's your liking, sir. But you must understand that real estate is not my forte.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Bennett.
Yes, Mr. Addington. I hope so. You will find it has the most pleasant view, sir.
Who lived here? Quasimodo?
I'm not quite sure, sir. But there was the most substantial security alarm system in place, sir. One of the selling points.
Uh-huh. Well, Suzanne, what do you think?
Well, it's different.
Yeah.
So what is this all about?
Oh, this place is too much. It's got a bathtub and a shower. Beats the hell out of traveling tourists.
That's why I never fly tourists.
Yeah. Sure, honey.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Brenner. I've heard a lot about you. I'd like to welcome you to the team.
Peter, Suzanne's sending over the files you requested. Anything else you need, just ask.
Thank you.
I'll see you when you land, Mr. Brenner.
Okay, so where do we begin?
Well, we're looking for Hans Kruger.
This'll be interesting.
Kruger? Hans Fairbank Kruger? That's not a relationship I want to renew.
You were in love with him?
That's none of your business.
Honey, this ain't gonna be a tea party now. Everybody and everything is our business.
Guess again, mister. You never told me you wanted to get Kruger. Is that why you set me up?
So where is he now?
Well, he and his cronies can take asylum in Libya, Cuba, Iraq, Syria, and North Korea.
You can forget about getting to him if he's in any of those places. Are you sure that Kruger's the guy that's responsible for taking Mrs. Addington?
Oh, yes. Yes, he's definitely behind it. And the bodies of the terrorists that the police took out in Toronto confirmed it.
That's more than I bargained for.
Yes, I can guarantee it's much more than you bargained for. And you made the bargain.
Whoa! Oh, this is gonna be fun. Love you, honey.
Hello, Father. Father?
I thought you were in school.
I'm not going back.
What?
There's too much to do here. You need someone to set up the systems and operate them to your satisfaction.
Oh, for God's sake, Suzanne. Don't throw away your chances just because of me.
Do you think it's for you? The Addington Group. It's Kruger.
Yes.
Do not fool with me again, Mr. Addington, or you will regret it. Yeah, it is the same deal. You will deliver tomorrow by 0900 hours at the drop zones in Angola. Your coordinates are 12 degrees, 35 minutes west, 05 degrees, 17 minutes north.
All right, now you let me speak to my wife.
9. This is your last chance.
Damn you.
Where the hell are we going to Paris? He's not gonna be there.
Satellite link.
Kruger called.
Yeah, didn't think he'd stay quiet forever.
We traced it to a cellular phone. Relayed from Brandenburg, just outside Berlin.
You've only got 12 hours.
Link out. Poor man.
Captain Johnson, you step in, please. That's what we're looking at.
Yes, Mr. St. Clair.
Yeah, do you have clearance to land in Berlin?
As long as I've got the fuel to get us there, I've got clearance to land anywhere.
Great. Then alter course.
Yes, sir.
That's over 700 square miles. It's gonna be pretty hard to find him in 12 hours.
I know exactly where he'll be. We used to come here for weekends.
Do you recognize him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mueller.
sign of Kruger or Mrs. Addington.
That's it.
Okay.
Where is Mrs. Addington?
I do not believe this.
Don't move, Kruger.
Where is she?
If you think for a moment I could keep her alive after what the police did in Toronto, you are mistaken. By now, she is probably in the bottom of Lake Ontario.
You have our deepest sympathy, sir. I wish it could have been otherwise.
Look, what have we got here? We've got the word of a born liar. And he killed my wife. Well, I'm sorry. I don't choose to believe that. It's been a pleasure knowing you, Miss Beaumont. I'm most grateful to you. Perhaps one day our paths can cross again.
I hope so. It's been an honor to know you, monsieur.
Mr. Brenner, congratulations. A job well done. You've made the world a little safer for all of us. That's no mean feat.
Thank you, sir.
Sinclair.
Yes, sir.
You know, all along, you were my one ray of hope. You know that. Thanks.
No, thank you, sir. It's been a heady experience. I'm not quite sure how I'll adapt back to the system. Goodbye, sir.
Dan Chisholm.
Yes, and you know what he's doing? He's sitting in a Sumatran jail about to be tried on charges of high treason.
Are you saying? I mean, that's impossible. He's the only truly moral man that ever went into the oil business.
Well, your only truly moral man is out of commission, and his holdings are up for grabs.
Well, then there's got to be something else behind this.
Then get him out.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't have time to deal with this.
It can't be any more difficult than capturing someone like Kruger. You can't go on like this, with this nothingness. You're wasting your life. Anyway, I just thought you might want to know.
Bennett, get me Peter Sinclair.
I swear eternal hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man.